edition of the Pull-Up Experience. I'm your boy, Mr. Brandon Gates, aka Not Your Average Agent, and I have the lovely Ms. Brittany Walkers. If you guys are familiar with our episode, great episode, make sure to check it out. Guest hosting with me today. And then we have our special guest, Miss Irene Day of Hannah Financials. We're going to have a great episode tonight, y'all. We're going to talk about everything from her humble beginnings to how now she's literally a light in our city, once again helping us with our tax and our credit repair. Without further ado, Miss Irene Day.
Hey, y'all, hey.
Thank you for coming on today. Thank you. I know you're a busy woman, so I appreciate you coming out today.
No, look, thanks for having me.
And I want y'all to know this is full circle for me, y'all. So I was telling her off camera about how 3 years ago during the pandemic I was getting into the whole podcast space, just listening to different podcasts. And I remember listening to her to the Black Wealth Renaissance podcast. And shout out to them brothers, by the way. Dope podcast, you'll have a listen to them or whatnot. And I remember seeing her, and I'm like, I was listening to it, and then when she started saying about Save a Lot, I'm like, oh, she's from Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? And then her amazing story, and that always stuck with me. And I always said, when we started this podcast, certain people want to have on, and you have always been one person want to have on the podcast. So
thank you. Should have hit me up.
No, thank you. I appreciate you. Because Jennifer said you ain't gonna do it. I'm like, dang, she ain't gonna do it. She's like, she ain't gonna do it. I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna try shoot my shot anyway. So I appreciate you.
Listen, I tell everybody, you miss 100% of the shots you don't shoot.
That's a fact.
And I be shooting.
That's a fact. So let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
Let's start from the beginning, because you said you're from Glenville, so shout out to Glenville. Shout out to
Home of the Mighty Tarblooders.
Shout out to them and whatnot. So, when you were starting out, was it always your ambition to be an entrepreneur?
Not at all. Not at all. I literally only went to college because I wanted a better job with Save a Lot.
Oh, wow.
Like, I got hired as a cashier. Mm-hmm. My last day there, I was an assistant manager. But in my management role, I was always putting out personal fires. Mm. Like, any store I worked at, I was always the right-hand man because I'm good with the money and I'm good with the people. Mm. So anything people related, like that was always what I excelled at, what I was good at. So I wanted to be our HR manager. So we had like one HR manager per division. Mm-hmm. And when we would have issues at the store, it would be like, even district managers would have their store managers will call Irene at 6:58. No, don't call me. Call our human resource manager who is making all that money driving around in her company car. Like, call her, don't call me. But I asked her, I was like, I know you're about to retire, so what do I have to do to be you? And she was like, you just got to go to college. Like, you have the experience. Right. You got the clout. So, like, at the time, there were 3,000 corporate Save a Lot stores across the United States. The Ohio division is the biggest and the most profitable division. Cleveland is also the most profitable market.
Oh, wow. So
being a manager in any of the high volume stores in Cleveland, we were looked at like the golden kids. Yeah. Like, oh, y'all be in here getting it done. So I knew once the position opened up, it would be mine. I just honestly didn't think that the human resource manager that we had, she ended up getting fired 2 days after I graduated with my bachelor's.
What are you talking about? And I'm loud. That's crazy.
It was the craziest, like, is this really happening?
Yeah.
This is really happening. Like, it was the weirdest experience. And it was wild because even before my division knew that they had posted for her job, I had a plug at corporate. She called me. I remember it was Saturday, like 6:00. She called me to tell me, hey, Holly got fired. I'm posting for her job tomorrow. I better have your application by Monday. Yeah. And I'm like, what is going on? And as a manager, so like anytime you apply for an internal position, you had to get permission from like your district manager.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, I'm applying anyways, and then I'm gonna just deal with it when I got to deal with it.
Right.
I didn't even plan on telling them until like next Friday. I applied for the job on Sunday. My boss ended up not working Monday morning with me. Monday morning is always the store manager and whoever is your lead assistant. So every Monday, I'm with my boss. He couldn't come to work, so I'm at the store by myself. 15 minutes after we open, my district manager come walking through the door. And I'm like, wow. Why is y'all playing with me like this? But it was so crazy because he was like, hey, Irene, I know Holly got fired and I know you applied for her job, so I'm coming to give you your letter of recommendation. And I was like,
okay.
Oh, okay. But it was wild because I ended up having like letter of recommendation from him, his boss, which was the regional manager, and he was the only regional manager who had actually worked at store level. So he was like a god at Save-A-Lot.
You're right.
So I had recommendation letter from him, recommendation letter from my district manager, recommendation from my store manager at the second highest grossing store in the company. I never heard anything from the internal recruiter. And it was wild because they told him specifically. So the manager, the HR manager who had got fired, she was only our HR manager for like, I want to say like a year.
Yeah.
Because the other HR manager had retired, but she sucked. So they told the internal recruiter, we want somebody internally to replace her.
Yeah. You were the obvious choice.
And my regional manager is like a douche. Shout out to Mike Andrews. When I saw him, he told me, he was like, they'd be crazy as hell to hire anybody but you. Like, there is not a single manager in the state of Ohio that is more qualified to do this job. So I was like, oh, this me right here. Like, run me my Ford Fusion. I want to steal one. Like, let's go. But I ended up not getting the job, and the COO of the manager is like a real big Teddy Ginn fan. I have met him like 5 times, and every time he comes to the Cleveland market, where's my friend from Glenville? I want to see her. So Mike Andrews ended up telling him that I had applied for the HR job, and I didn't even get a call from the recruiter. So he got to digging, doing some research. The internal recruiter, one of his friends needed a job, so he hired him for a position. They ended up firing the recruiter, but y'all firing him didn't give me a job. Like, I'm still at store level, slinging freight, dealing with crazy shit with 12 years experience with y'all and a degree from Wallace. Like, so I had started credit repair. I had started like doing it, like fixing my credit, fixing my coworkers' credit, and just doing research. And I'm like, damn, you gotta have a license to do this. You gotta have a bond. Like, who knew? So I officially registered my business as an entity March of 2017, and I got my license and stuff. I started having real bad anxiety attacks at work. So June, it was like the middle of June, I had a real bad one. Like, I went off on my boss because he came to work. We was real busy. We had like 2 call-offs, which is a lot considering the amount of labor that they give us. So like on average as a manager, we usually only ring to like cover breaks. Saturday, I'm definitely not ringing. Like, I put extra people on the schedule, so I don't have to. Not doing it. I will probably ring maybe $600 on like a bad day. I rang almost $10,000 that day. And my boss came in. Store looked like shit because I literally have been up front all day. So he going off. He made like one of the other assistant managers cry, and I'm very overprotective of like my people.
That was it.
It was it. That was the first time like I gave my keys to my manager and was like, fuck you and have a nice day. And it was Saturday. I was supposed to work Sunday. I told him, I'm like, and I won't be here tomorrow. And I'll let you know how I feel about Monday. Don't call me. And I went home. And I didn't even feel bad. Like, you ever did something crazy and was like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't do that? No, I went home. I made me a drink. I took me a nap. Like, I ordered me some food. Like, I think I went and got some chicken from Open Pit. I was over it. And then when I did come back to work on Monday, I came with my resignation. Gave it to my store manager. He forwarded it to my district manager, and he's like, what did you do to her? He didn't do anything. It was really just an accumulation of, this is the only job I've ever had. I've given this job everything that I had. Like, I literally got hired when I was 17. And been thugging it with y'all ever since. And my time to shine finally came up. Like, what I have been working towards all these years finally came up, and I got fucked out of it.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize like how bad it had impacted me until I started having anxiety attacks at work. But I told my DM, I'm like, I just want to be able to work into my 13th year anniversary, which was July 7th. And that was my last day.
Wow.
And it's that first year entrepreneurship was definitely not for the faint of heart.
I was about to ask you. So did the panic anxiety they stop after you quit, or did it just transfer? Okay.
Yep. But then I had a different type of anxiety.
Okay, I was about to say
yeah, because now I don't have this guaranteed money. Like something that I feel like social media don't tell you about entrepreneurship. Like you don't show up, especially consistently. You don't do the work. That money don't show up consistently either.
Yeah.
Like
I don't think people realize that right there. I think I did that one time.
They don't like, and I didn't know that. I just thought like I have this service. I'm good at it. I'm good at dealing with people, and I just thought the money was just gonna roll in, and that shit was not rolling in at all. I think 2018 was like when I started making money, honestly, in my business. But middle of 2018, I had almost 6 figures in debt from just trying to stay afloat, from not having consistent revenue coming in.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you for keeping it all the way real, because most people will be on Instagram, you know, saying that you got the gurus who tell you, you know what I'm saying, you do this and it's easy or whatnot. You said, I don't think, we need to run that back if you didn't hear what she said. She said she had to stay afloat. Because once again, I'm pretty sure overhead, I'm pretty sure marketing, things that people don't take in consideration when you start your own business or whatnot.
Yep.
So thank you for keeping all the way honest with that.
Listen, I tell people all the time, there is a difference between a business owner who's actually doing the work, who does content, and a content creator who makes content about business.
Ooh.
I've never been a content creator.
I'm about to hit it one more time.
Listen, my bad.
No, because that's good right there. I need them to remember that right there.
Yeah, it's a real big difference. And like, if you really pay attention, a lot of the like content creators or like the people that we have labeled as like business gurus, y'all have no business history.
Ooh.
Like, you had an admin position somewhere, and then COVID happened. We was all at home, bored as shit, and you start making videos and was like, oh, this is getting some traction, so let me keep doing it. And I think that's a very dangerous place to be in, especially when it comes to finances, how your money works, because I see so many people giving game or telling people to run the play when it comes to their money, their taxes, their credit, and it's like, you have no real experience doing this. You have no real education about what you're preaching, but because you create content full time, you post 3 times a day, people just deem you as an expert, and it's like, no. You telling people, oh, if it's in collections, you don't have to pay it, and then when Midland file a judgment against you for $10,000 and now they're garnishing your wages and garnishing your bank account, you feel like an idiot. So I think social media is a great platform. Like, I was able to use social media to scale Hannah Financial, make a couple of $1 million. But it's also like, you just got to be very careful and very conscious of the information that you consume when it comes to your money, your finances, and especially how this business shit works.
So let's go back a little bit, because I want to talk about how you actually did scale. Because I like to say, we were talking about year 1, you just are finally breaking even, right? What steps you take to scale your business?
Networking. Like, social media is a very powerful tool to get in front of people that normally you wouldn't see. Yeah. But I feel like having the internet, it has almost made people lazy. Like, oh, I just want to sit on social media and scroll and click and DM people. That wasn't me. For, I want to say, like, the first 2 years of business, I was in business, I was very intentional with going places that I knew people who I wanted to do business with were.
That's good.
I was going to networking events. Like, I got a lot of realtor friends, a lot of mortgage lender friends. Oh, what you doing this weekend? Oh, you doing this? Okay, I'm going with you. Yeah. Like, I was very intentional with that. And a lot of the marketing and a lot of the clientele that I was getting was from being able to make those relationships with people.
I'm about to say, because I know one of the things that we pride ourselves on here at the Flow Experience, that we have no events for that very same reason. And whether you're introvert, extrovert, or whatever, just come out to one. Because once again, you don't know who you're gonna meet. Brittany's been to quite a few of them and whatnot. And once again, we try to make it so you got 2 minutes to talk about your business, 2 minutes to other person about their business, and then you split. And if you guys happen to want to meet afterwards and further talk, by all means. That way, the anxiety that happens, because I know firsthand about anxiety, you know, and I know it's nervous to go to a stranger and say, hey, I do this for a living and whatnot. Because you feel like that whole imposter syndrome might seep in or whatnot, or you just feel like you're not adequate enough. But you got to get out of that. Like you said, you got to network.
You got to. And you really got to be intentional with wanting to make genuine connections. I think something, and I didn't even know this would even be a thing until I really started running it up in business and I started being more visible, especially in the city. Like, I think I've got almost 30,000 followers on Instagram now.
Yeah.
Less than 5% of our clientele with Hannah Financial are local.
Get out of here.
Yeah. But I enjoy eating alone. I enjoy, no, I do. I enjoy eating alone because I like people watching. Like, it is one of my favorite pastimes. And when I eat alone, I don't gotta talk to nobody. Like, there's no conversation. It's just me, my food,
chilling,
me looking at y'all being crazy, like scrolling on Instagram a little bit. It's a very peaceful experience for me. And something that I wasn't expecting to happen is I don't want to say, not even really last year, because last year I just wasn't outside at all, honestly. But like the year before that, I hated coming out the house. And I've never been the person who didn't like coming out the house. Like, I enjoy being out. I enjoy interacting with people. I enjoy not looking at my walls of my house when I need to. Because I get cabin fever, and that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But I started getting anxiety coming outside because I would come outside and people, they have no sense of like boundaries.
Oh yeah.
So there have been several times where I've been out eating, drinking, Crown Apple and cranberry, peach crown and lemonade if they got it. If I'm out by myself, I have literally had people, and I always get a booth. Let me sit in my booth. I've literally had people come and sit across from me in my booth and want to talk about taxes and credit.
Tell me. You mean tell me why you off clock everything? It's
listen,
like, hey.
and it'd be so crazy because it's like I'm very I feel like I'm very approachable. Yeah. But like, stop playing the fuck out of crazy with me. That's what I really be wanting to tell them, and I just be like, this is not okay.
Yeah.
So it put me in a very bad space mentally with even wanting to get out the house and do something that I enjoy, which is eating by myself.
Right.
Like, not having to interact with people when I don't want to interact with them. Because constantly networking, constantly talking to people, it is very draining. Like, energy is very transferable and very contagious.
No, that's real.
And even though a lot of the people that I have the opportunity to be around and communicate with have good energy, there are also a lot of people who don't have good energy.
No,
so I be needing that time to like reset, reground myself. And now my energy is disturbed because you think it's okay to come up to a complete stranger and invade my personal space. So I experienced that a lot. But I also am in a space where I have a lot of people that really rock with me and really care about me. Like, even Friday when I was out, I'm out drinking with my friends. It'll be, I think it was like, I know them from like Instagram, but like, I haven't had the opportunity to interact with you in real life, right? Yeah. Don't come up to me and talk to me about credit. And my friends, like, my friends don't play about me. Like, they'll be looking like, hey, we not doing work right now. We chilling.
I was gonna ask you how do you navigate that?
Yeah, like I don't even have to tell people like this not the right place or the right time, because my friends are they're always conscious of what's going on around us, so they know. And then they know I'm also super friendly. Like, if you come up to me and talk to me, I'm gonna talk to you too. Right. So they're like, Nah, this not what we're doing. She drinking Crown Apple and cranberry though. If you want to like get some shots. So that has helped with me not being uncomfortable.
That's good.
Coming back out the house to just do whatever it is that I want to do.
So I got a question.
Okay.
So how do you navigate when? Cause obviously you got the credit bureau, you got the tax business. We'll get into that in a minute. But how do you navigate when clients are trying to reach you past a certain hour of the day? You know, you have your set hours, but you got those who still emailing you, still texting you, still calling you. How do you navigate that?
If you ask anybody who is on payroll at Hannah Financial, they will tell you I am the queen of systems, processes, and boundaries. So
type yourself, by the way.
Yeah, system, processes, boundaries. Aside from networking, system, processes, and boundaries has been extremely important in being able to scale, being able to give customer service at a high level, being able to see your numbers. It's a lot of business owners that make money, but they couldn't even tell you how much money they're making, what their profit margins are looking like. When is your best times of the year when it comes to business? What were you doing second quarter that you didn't do fourth quarter? Like, what adjustments did you need to make fourth quarter coming into first quarter? They can't tell you that because they are not keeping track, or they have no idea of how to keep up with their numbers to see what they're actually doing in business. So even going to college, like I tell people all the time, going to college did not help me be a business owner. Working in corporate retail for 13 years taught me about numbers. Like, taught me about a profit and loss. Taught me about EBIT. Like, talk to me about payroll. That's how I learned the numbers part of being able to run a business. Was like with the real hands-on experience that I had. Dealing with people. I did that for 13 years.
Yeah.
Like,
that's dope.
So
those skills don't go to waste. That's how.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all. I think, you know what? I learned how to use Excel in college. Yeah,
I'm gonna laugh, but that's the only thing you can learn. That's
high school and college. Yeah.
That's about it. Girl, I wish we would have learned that at Glenville. And I'm a proud tar blooder, but nah. But yeah, definitely systems and processes. So like, if somebody call us or email us, we don't see that before. I mean, we don't see that after.
Yeah, at a certain point.
Okay. Yeah. And our systems are set up like, if you do call us, you get an automated text back that says, hey, you've reached us outside of business hours. Please call us during like Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6.
You can't get mad at that because once again, you're getting a reply. Not like you didn't reply to something.
You know what's crazy though? People hate boundaries. Like, oh, they hate them. Literally, any complaint that I've ever had was, what you mean I can't call you right now? What you mean I gotta talk to one of your team members and not you?
They won't talk to you.
Yeah, like you can't go to Walmart and be like, I want to talk to Sam Walton.
Right.
Yeah, like, no.
No. You're right. I want to talk to Mr. Walmart. Where's Mr. Walmart?
Yeah, and that's it's extremely important for me because I have to set boundaries, because when you are in a position to give, people have no boundary on how much they will take.
Ooh.
They will continue to take and take and take and take and take.
I almost hit that wrong way.
Like, so you have to be the person to set that boundary. Like, this is when I am available to be taken from. This is who I'm available to be taken from by. Like, you have to be very consistent and very aware of that, because it will drive you crazy. And even during the process of scaling, I feel like I would have been able to scale higher and faster if I would have been putting boundaries in place sooner.
That's good. No, that's good. I think a lot of entrepreneurs or watchers need to take that into consideration, because I know for me, I gotta get better in my system, because I'll take text messages way after hours. Just, replying back thinking is nothing, but once again, I'm setting myself up for failure, because that person think, oh, he did it the one time, he do the next time.
I'm gonna keep doing it.
I'm gonna keep doing it. And I know for my piece, like you said, and keep it for our piece of entrepreneurs to be able to settle better, because if not, people, like you said, people won't take.
And you know what's crazy? It's been times where like a client will reach out to me, and it's a Saturday, and I'll let them know, hey, we are open Monday through Friday. These are the hours. somebody from my team will be able to assist you when we open back up. And they'll tell me like, oh, well, you messaging me now. You can't. No. No.
Oh, no.
Like, yo, you don't know. I was gonna
Yeah, no. And you get 2 times. So, like, once we have that interaction and I tell you this is how you can communicate with us, and then you overstep that boundary again, I'm going to just block you.
You know what? You schooling me today.
You got to. Like, I'm telling you, because if you do not set those boundaries, people are not going, they don't care.
They don't care. You're right.
And I don't know what it is, and I have this conversation with a lot of my friends who are entrepreneurs and who have businesses. I don't know if y'all do it to the white people businesses, but it is a real big thing with black businesses that people feel entitled to not respect your boundaries. People feel, oh, you got a business, well, I want to work with you directly. I stopped being personally available to do consultations in 2018, the end of 2018. Like, I've had somebody on payroll, paying payroll taxes, paying payroll system expenses to talk to people. And every now and then I get some, oh, but I can't call. No, you,
right.
Nope. I think last year I just got a separate work phone last year. Like, prior to that, no. You can call we had an 800 number. I got rid of the 800 number. We got a local number now. But, like, everything goes through the business.
Yeah.
I only got a separate, like, work phone last year because I started doing contract work.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to answer the phone for the government. Because they going to talk some big chickens, okay? Like, you paying us $350 to do your taxes? No. But this...
But you got somebody in place for those things.
For those things, absolutely.
That's dope.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we'll talk about the credit repair business, but let's talk about how you transition from going credit repair to tax preparation.
Okay, so when I first started Hannah Financial, I knew I didn't always want to just offer credit repair.
They kind of go hand in hand if you ask me.
They kind of do. It's a real easy. I'm not gonna say a real easy way to transition, but it's like you just got to do both, or you got to be versed in both. Like, it just kind of happens. Yeah. So I was offering credit repair as a service. Again, that first year in business, like, them coins wasn't coining the way I needed them to coin. So I had met this girl that she was from Texas. She did taxes, and she was like telling me how much she was making. The money is cool. Show me the numbers. I want to see what your profit margins is. Let me see what your. So we get to talking chickens. She done brought that Excel spreadsheet out, and I'm like, oh, okay. So how I do that? So I added tax preparation as a service in 2018, and I tell people you have to be a certain type of crazy to deal with people and their credit. You almost got to be snorting coke to be in a tax space, and to be in either space and operate with integrity. Like, straight jacket me. You gotta be.
She gotta break that down for us, because every year we see the same people who have to folded arms.
Oh,
and
let
suits.
me tell y'all, I didn't even have no flyers this year because all of my favorite marketing pictures, I was like this. And when them memes start rolling in, I was like, yeah, no, I ain't playing with y'all. No. I'm not doing it. But, yeah, so we added tax preparation in 2018, and I didn't even realize how, like, crazy the world of taxation was until we started getting, like, bigger clients. And
the S corps and the corporation, I guess, though. And
not even like structure wise, but like bigger clients, like making money, bigger clients. And I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. And then I started learning about different designations when it comes to doing taxes. Like, one of my biggest things in business that I hate when somebody try to little bow out me.
Wait, please elaborate.
I hate when, like, somebody will tag, like, somebody make a post like, who y'all know to do taxes, and somebody like tag me or tag Hannah Financial, and then they'll go, and I know this is what they do. They'll come to my profile, they'll get to looking, they'll see me with the Tesla, with the doors open, with my little Millionaires Club plaque, and then they'll come back, oh, well, is she a CPA? First of all, most CPAs don't do taxes. The average CPA who does accounting probably knows as much about taxation as you do. First of all. Second of all, I get busy on the number side when it comes to this tax shit. And I have passed all 3 parts of my enrolled agent exam. I'm waiting on my treasury card from the IRS, which means whatever you think a CPA is when it comes to taxation,
talk it. Come on.
Is what an enrolled agent is, and that's what I am. Simmer down. Okay?
That's what's up.
And not to be funny, a lot of people that like think they need a CPA or think they need an enrolled agent or think they need a tax attorney, you don't even have the type of tax situations going on that any of these people would even look at. Like,
they probably say online like, I need all those things.
And it's, no, like, what are you doing? You on W-2 and you just didn't withhold what you were supposed to withhold. You don't have no assets. Like, you have nothing we can depreciate, nothing we can expense out. Like,
that's funny. I don't mean to laugh, but I mean, I feel it. Because Genova did my taxes this year. Thank you, by the way, Genova.
Yes.
She got me the Mac.
She's one of my students, by the way.
Yes.
Listen, taught her the game.
Told you, she definitely did. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, okay, all right. You know what I'm saying? She made sure I got the maximum legal. Yes. Refund and shit. So shout out to that, man.
Yeah, because I push, like, any class that I teach, I always tell my students I under promise and over deliver. And one of the things that I really, really, really push with them is integrity. Like, these people that pop up, oh, I'm doing taxes this year, I'm doing nails and hair next month, I'm doing, like, all this other stuff. They're not going to be versed in being able to problem solve or really know what they're doing. And I think we live in a society where everybody want to DIY everything. And that's cool. Like, there are very few things I can DIY.
Right.
Like, I can't do hair. I just started learning how to do my own makeup for real. Can't do my nails. Definitely not touching my toes. Like, not doing that. But like in the tax space, a lot of people, they want to DIY, right? Or they'll go to somebody who have DIY experience that's a tax professional. They fuck y'all up, and now you have to come to somebody who actually knows what they're doing.
Right.
So I really push to, like, my students, even though you don't have 500 tax returns experience-wise under your belt, always operate with integrity. Because that's going to cut down the issues that the clients that you do have will have when it comes to dealing with the IRS. And I think in this space, especially in the tax and credit space, because when I tell y'all I be seeing some shit, the integrity is so low.
Yeah.
It's so low. But that's just.
Well, I want to say that with Genova, she literally gave me she. So tell me why I've had other people do taxes for me, and they tell me about how I can use my property tax as a write off. Whatnot. I didn't know that. I haven't been going to people for years.
Yeah. So, and you know what's crazy? I don't care what, like, if you red or if you blue or whatever you got going on. This is why voting is very important. So, something we don't hear people talk about. Typically, you can itemize or deduct your property taxes, your mortgage expenses on your personal residence, right?
I never knew that. That's crazy.
So those are considered above the line deductions. Okay? So what that means is we have the standard deduction, right? So, you know, everybody want to be head of household. Do you have any qualified dependents? Oh, no, I just live by myself, but it's my house. You're not head of household. You have no dependents. You're single, right? So the standard deduction basically determines how much of your income is not taxable. So say if I'm single, the standard deduction is $12,000. I made $100K that year. $100K, take away $12K, what's that? 88? So I'm only paying federal income taxes on $88,000 of my income. Okay? So that's what the standard deduction is. Now, if I had a personal residence, I got property taxes, I got mortgage interest, say that's another $5,000, right?
Yeah.
I used to be able to take the standard deduction and take the deduction for the property taxes and my mortgage interest. After 2020, like 2021, tax year 2021, tax year 2022, I can no longer take that standard deduction and the deduction for my property taxes and mortgage interest because of the Trump tax bill, the Tax Cuts and Job Act.
Okay.
So if I don't have other itemized deductions, that's what the property tax and the mortgage interest was. If I don't have other itemized deductions that exceed that $12,000,
can't use it.
I have to take whichever deduction is more, which would be a standard deduction. Okay. Somebody doing your taxes on TurboTax cannot explain that to you.
I'm ashamed to say that's what was the case.
Yeah. And
I'm ashamed to say that, you know.
And Genova know that, like. Yeah. And I tell them, like, it's better to have too much information when it comes to your client's tax situation than not enough.
That's good.
So.
And how do you keep up with all those tax laws? Like you said, with every new president resign, there's going to be a different tax law. How do you keep up with all that?
Continuing education.
Okay.
Yep, continuing education. Professional organizations, very important. Because they're always sending out updates and emails, stuff like that. As a tax professional, you can actually register for, it's like a mailing list with the IRS. I still have not gotten comfortable getting emails from the IRS.
Are you worried? Are you worried?
Yeah, I still haven't gotten comfortable doing it, but they send out emails all the time about different tax law updates, stuff like that. Networking. A lot of what we see when it comes to tax legislation is tax law, right? And it's usually in legalese. It's not in layman's term.
No, never.
So networking is important because I have people who, I got tax attorneys. Hey, what? Break this down for me. Like, make this make sense.
That's dope.
And then because I know how to talk to people, I know how to break this down to make it make sense. Now I can come back to my students or my clients like, yo, this is what we got going on. This is how you maneuver X, Y, and Z. Or this is what I'm going to need from y'all next season.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay.
No question. Has the credit repair and tax preparation, all that, has that always been a passion for you?
No.
Okay.
Nope. No.
Okay. Because I know some people's businesses that can be the case, but in your
and you know what though, not to be funny, who was I talking to? Like 2 days ago, I was doing a rant about business stuff. A lot of times we fail in business because we have passion projects. And more times, more times than not, our passion projects is not something that other people are passionate about or something that other people want to spend money doing.
Right.
Like, I don't want to pay you for these candles, this little that cost 4 times the cost as the candles at Target.
Yeah, right.
And then you don't even like juice it or like brand it in a way that make me want it.
Yeah.
So no, I've never
They get mad at you because you're not supporting their business though.
Yeah. Big mad. So I want to say the credit repair service was I started being interested in the credit repair space because my credit was fucked up. Like it was. My grandfather, he died a couple of years before I ended up quitting Save a Lot, and my credit scores were in the 400s. I think my highest score was a 412. He left me some money. What's the first thing we do when we get some bread?
Oh, you blow it.
I want to pay what I owe because I hate owing people.
Me, yeah.
I hate it. Like, nope. I hate it. So I paid off everything that was on my credit reports. It was $31,000 in debt.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, $31K. My credit score went up 12 points.
Oh.
And I said, I know the fuck you
did. Right.
Somebody lied.
We gotta fight. Like at this point, I listen. St. Clair came up out of me because I'm ready to work. Like, what's up? And I needed help, so I'm asking around like, yo, who you know to be helping with credit repair or with credit? Oh, you can sign up for this. they got customer service. Who I'm gonna talk to if I got questions? Oh, you ain't gonna have no questions, baby. I just spent $31,000 and my credit score went nowhere. I have all the questions. Like, what do you mean? So, I've also always been a geek. Like, I tell people, you might dress better than me. You might have a little bit more juice than I got, but you're not gonna be smarter than me. You're not gonna know more than me. Like, you're not gonna outread me. They say if you want to hide something from somebody, put it in the book. You ain't hiding nothing from Miss Day. Like, so I read a bunch of books about consumer law, credit scoring, started doing a bunch of research, and that's when I was like, oh, okay. My coworkers, they know me. If Irene want to do something, you better believe she done did the research. She know what she doing. Let's go. So I started with them, my coworkers. I had people at other Save Lives calling the store. Hey, is Irene there? I heard she be fixing your credit. Tell her I go on lunch in 45 minutes. See if she could take a break. Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, see if she could take a break.
Word of mouth, man.
Yeah.
And that's how I started. And then I was having anxiety attacks at work, and I literally, when I left Save Life, I had 3 active paying credit repair clients. Like, I literally, and I've never been a risk taker. Like, I've always been very calculated with everything that I do. I've always lived in a bubble, like a very comfortable bubble. Like, I don't like taking risks. I don't even gamble. Like, when we got the casino here, oh my God. When we got the casino here, I went downtown. I had like $50 in cash. I was like, oh yeah, I'm ready to win big. All right. I got in there. I lost $30.
You done?
And I said, nah.
Yeah.
We gotta go.
I'm the same way.
My friend's sitting at the slot, and I'm sitting next to her. She like, girl, you ain't playing. I said, the fuck I ain't. I done lost $30. I'm good. We want to get something to eat up here? Because I got a hot 20.
Listen, no, I'm with you.
And I could see where that money went.
Right.
Yeah, I know exactly where that money went. Nah, but I've never been a risk taker. Like, I don't gamble. I do be playing the Mega Millions now.
Okay.
I play once a week. $3, y'all. So I do that, but I've never been a risk taker. So when I say I literally just jumped off the cliff and was like, I was confident in myself. I'm willing to do the work.
Right.
I'm always going to do the work.
You bet in yourself.
And eventually, doing the work is going to pay off for me.
That's good.
I wish it would have paid off a little sooner, but that's part of my journey, and that is something that I have to remind myself every day. Like, social media made you think that you was gonna quit, and then you was gonna pop off, and you was gonna be on the Millionaires Club and everything within 3 months. And no, it took me 3 years in business to see 7 figures.
That's good though.
But once I did it,
I'm gonna say what you did though,
baby. It's been on the up and up since then. But yeah, no, I would not recommend anybody, by the way, to just quit their job cold turkey.
I was about to ask you,
Absolutely.
What do you recommend anybody?
Absolutely.
Someone who's watching around like, oh shoot, I really do it. He's like, shoot.
Hell no, absolutely the fuck not. One, I'm very self-aware. Yeah. Right? Like, even the days that I don't do the work that I know I'm supposed to do, I'd be like, Irene, what the fuck was you doing today? Like, what was you doing?
You getting yourself.
Yeah. A lot of people don't like having those uncomfortable conversations with themselves. Like, they are very not in tune and not honest with who they are personally. Yeah. So, make sure if you do decide to take that leap, make sure you know who you are. Yeah. Like, with no sugar coating, no cherries on top, like, no chaser, straight up and down. I know who I am. I know what I'm willing to do. I know what I'm not willing to do. I know what I can do consistently. Yeah.
That's good.
It's not about being the best at it. You become the best at it by doing it consistently.
That's good.
And a lot of people make excuses or prioritize everything else besides showing up for themselves consistently. And when I quit, that was a conversation I had to have with myself, because now I got all this free time when I had to work at Save a Lot,
You got somebody on your back.
yeah, like 4 days a week, I'm up at 5 a.m. because I got to be at work at 6. When I quit, I was sleeping till 10. It's Monday.
Right.
My mama called me. It's 10:30. What you doing? Girl, I didn't even brush my teeth yet. And it's like, I had to have that conversation with myself.
Yeah.
How are you expecting to be successful when you can't even get up and be consistent for what you want?
Yeah.
So, I'm still not getting up at 5 a.m.
I'm gonna
be completely honest. I don't know what it was. I don't know how the hell I was getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to Save a Lot.
Yeah.
Like, what? I do like 8:30 now.
Okay.
Yeah, like 8:30. I have like both eyes open real good by like a 9:15.
At least you ain't here to like the gurus. They be like, you gotta be up at 4 a.m. to a cold shower.
No, and good goddamn well,
You know
y'all
what
not
I'm
up at no 4
Man,
a.m.
I'm like, what?
doing
Who's
nothing.
doing that? Okay, all right. Listen, that's what I'm saying.
Listen, no, stop playing.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So now that you are where you are, what keeps you motivated now? What's the thing that keeps you going, despite the fact that now you have accomplished certain things in your career,
Money.
in your business?
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Let's get over there.
Yeah, the numbers, they gotta make sense. The numbers gotta make sense.
You trying to see yourself from last year versus last year.
Yeah, and I know that if it is something that I am serious about doing, I can run that shit up. I know that about myself.
Yeah.
Like, if I decided today I wanted to go and sell flowers at True Value across the street, I'm going to sell the fuck out of them flowers. Right? So now I'm in a space where having my time back is extremely important to me. Like, I have been a full-time entrepreneur since July 7th, 2017.
You know the exact date, too.
Exact, because it was my 13th year anniversary.
Yeah.
I have not been able to just take a week off work.
Mm.
And not check no emails, not put out no fires, not send out no invoices, not talk to nobody about credit or taxes. Yes. And I need that. So that's my goal now. My goal now is to be able to do the type of business where I cannot go to the office and not be bothered with nobody for a week. And our shit's like, my ship's still sailing the way it needs to be. Yeah. So that's why, like, we stopped offering personal credit repair as a service November of last year.
Okay.
But I also won my first contract last year, November.
Okay.
And so that's what I'm doing now, like really getting into contracting, really honing in on what I want to do, the type of services I want to offer, and who I want to serve.
I'm about to say that I'm going to have to take to my next question. We have to talk about the past, talk about the present. I'm going to ask you what the future will hold for you.
I want Hannah Financial to be a full service accounting firm for small businesses.
That's good.
And I want to teach financial literacy.
Nice. I'm about to say you do a great job now.
I do. Yeah, like them. I got a workshop on the 14th. Is that next Tuesday?
Yeah.
At Hawken.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yep, I'll be teaching the high schoolers. I think it's 30 of them about budgeting.
Nice.
And it pays well.
Oh, listen, I was about to say, hey, you know, Joe said you don't do nothing.
Yeah, I don't do nothing. Nope.
That's good though.
Because it's a whole lot that I like to do that is free.
Yeah.
Like sleep. I enjoy sleeping. I enjoy my mom. She stressed me out. Oh, she be stressing me out. But I love spending time with my mom. Like taking her somewhere and just letting her spend my money.
Hey, listen. That's what moms are for, though.
Yeah, and it was funny when I first started taking her grocery shopping. She'll do my mother loved Aldi. I'm like, Ma, you don't want to go to Giant Eagle? No, girl, they just redid the Aldi down the street. All right, let's go. She got real fancy. Like, the first time I took her, we'd be in the store and she'd be like, well, can I get this? I'm like, Ma, just put whatever you want in the cart. We at Aldi, bro. Like, It's
right. How expensive can
yeah,
it
like
get?
this,
Yeah.
and this was before eggs was like $6.
Right.
Like
Oh,
eggs was still 89 cents. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Put-
yeah.
Life is good though.
Yeah, right.
put that shit in the cart and stop playing with me. So it went from her like constantly asking me like, can I get this? Can I get that? To we done got to the damn checkout. She got a cart full of shit. I got a cart full of shit. But this ain't my stuff. I just got like these grapes at the top of the cart. The rest of this stuff my mama's.
Oh.
And she ain't asked me about nothing.
That's funny.
All she asked, Irene, can you help me put this in the cart? Bruh, I'm paying for it
I'm paying
and
for
I
it.
got
Oh
it.
yeah. You got a
Man,
bag
what?
to it all.
And I got a bag.
Oh yeah.
Listen.
Oh yeah.
And she like, you worked at Save-A-Lot. We ain't pack at Save-A-Lot.
Right.
Like, what you mean?
Yeah.
That's
But yeah, like being able to do stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
my mom don't pay no real bills. Like, your rent, I pay your rent. Your phone bill, I pay your phone bill. Your utilities, I pay them. She done got 2 new cars since 2018 that I paid cash for. I pay your car insurance. Like, that's what keep me motivated. Like being able to do that for my parents.
That's awesome.
The house that my dad lived in, like I bought his house from his landlord. Like,
wow.
Okay.
being able to do stuff like that.
That's dope.
That's what keep me motivated.
Awesome.
That's what make me.
So I'm get you the favorite kid then.
I am.
Okay.
You know what's crazy? Me and my brother have like this. He really my mom's favorite. And like, sometimes me and my mom would get into it, and I'd be like, I ain't your favorite no way, so I don't even know why we having this conversation. And then she'd feel bad, like, Irene, you is my favorite. You don't be doing crazy stuff, so I don't gotta love you the way that I love your brother, because you know he crazy. Like,
that extra kid.
Hey,
man,
listen.
yeah.
Hey, us boys is our mom's favorites, you know.
Yeah.
Listen, she won't admit it, but I know it.
I mean, it's cool.
Yeah, I know it.
Okay, so I'm about to get to our several questions here at the Pull-Up Experience, right? But
Okay.
the reason why we started this podcast is because we love our city.
Right.
But unfortunately, our city has an unfortunate stigma of not being able to collaborate with each other.
Okay.
And let me ask you this: in your experience, has that been something you've seen? And if so, what do you think we can do to change that stigma?
Locally?
I mean, yeah, as a whole, you know, when Cleveland, so you know, we got Atlanta, we got New York, we got all the other places where people can come together and collaborate. Cleveland.
So here's the thing about that. I don't think, like we always see people like collaboration over competition, right?
Right.
I don't think what people understand about us as a market and like Atlanta as a market is that like there's like 10 times more amount of people in Atlanta than it is here.
Right.
So it's like the people that we do see collaborating, they're all like, I feel like Cleveland is very cliquey.
It is.
So are these other places. And the collaborations y'all see be collaborations amongst the people in the cliques. Like,
so you're not seeing the whole
yeah,
story.
like they're not just, there's this complete stranger that networked with me and now I'm collabing with them. Like, that's not what's going on.
Right.
I think it's a lot easier to make money in those markets because of the value of the market. Like, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's something that we can change, but something that we don't talk about. Cleveland is the poorest, largest city in the United States.
That's a fact.
Like, you can't expect a city to spend money or break bread that they ain't got.
Come on. I'm gonna say this is episode 108. I've heard that question. I've heard 108 answers. That's the first time I heard that one.
Yeah.
That makes sense though.
And I used to take it real personal. Like earlier, I told y'all less than 5. I have a 3,000 square foot office in almost downtown Cleveland.
Yeah.
We got free parking, y'all. Almost downtown Cleveland, right? We don't have local clients. Like literally less than 5% of our clientele is local.
That's wild.
And that's why I be excited as hell when our local clients do pull up. Cause it's like, hey y'all, how y'all doing?
Right.
But yeah, I used to take it real personal.
Yeah.
Especially when like people don't understand when it comes to marketing and when it comes to using social media to sell your services or sell your product. Perception is reality.
That's facts.
And it don't matter what reality really is. Perception is reality.
Yeah.
One of the things that I struggle with, I feel like because I'm good at what I do, because I put in the time, the money, the effort to be good at what I do, y'all should come and buy my services because of that, right? When in reality, especially if they find us on social media, people buy what they see.
That's facts.
The downside of that is, because y'all buy what y'all see, we have shiny shit syndrome. That's what I call it. Shiny shit syndrome. It's real bad. People will see somebody with the rented car or whatever the hell, and that's what they're going to buy. But their product is shit.
Right.
You ain't got no license, no bond, no education, no experience doing whatever it is you're selling, and now you done got scammed, right?
I got too many times.
Yeah. So then people come over here to me and they like, oh well, I heard that you know da-da-da. Yes, but I also have boundaries, because I'm actually doing the work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, I can't do the work and sit on Instagram and be answering fucking DMs at 5 o'clock in the morning because you thought it was a good idea to message me at 4:30 when you left the club.
Right.
Like, this not that. So I struggle with that severely. So every now and then I sort of kind of like, I'll post some shit and flex, like when I got my Tesla.
Yeah, I seen the deal, by the way.
That week, I got my Tesla the second week of February in 2021. We did an additional $30,000 in credit repair signups that week, and I got that car on Tuesday.
Wow.
When I posted that damn Tesla.
That's wild.
And not even because like we're amazing at what we do, but because people have shiny shit syndrome.
Yeah, they seen that. It's like, you know
they
what?
saw the Tesla and was like, oh, let me go buy whatever it is that she's selling.
That's wild.
So I struggle with that because I don't want y'all to buy my shiny shit. Like, I want y'all to buy
the quality of it.
The quality. Like, I want y'all to buy us because we're licensed, bonded, and BBB accredited.
Yeah.
We got an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Like, because I got almost 300 5-star reviews on Google.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I want people to buy my services. And it's something that I have to consistently remind myself that, like, yeah, Irene, you doing what you're supposed to do in business, but you also have to accept the fact that people have shiny shit syndrome. So you're either going to use that to your advantage, or you're going to keep complaining about you not running it up the way you want to because you not showing the shiny shit.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of conflicted with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. So I'm gonna rent me a Tesla next week. That's why I'm gonna
Listen.
sell some more houses.
You know what's crazy? I remember somebody asked me, like, did you rent your Tesla? I'm like, with them fat ass Hannah financial plates and that like Hannah financial decal on my
No, right.
Like, with the custom chrome delete job.
Hey, you never know. People hey, people be out
like
there.
you said, they go by what they see, so they'll.
So it seems like next week. Shout out to Irene, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, you can come get Big Betty.
That's what's up. Okay, so another thing I like to ask everybody, legacy, right? Because once again, if nothing else, what one man said, he said, life's so risky, no one gets out of it alive, right?
We don't.
So the real thing is that after you leave this place, what the legacy that you want to leave behind as an individual, but then leave a legacy behind for Hannah Financial?
Honestly, I want to be able to sell Hannah Financial before the end of my road.
I don't know. I just think about that, like make their business enough credible or have enough where it's profitable. People look at it like, I need to buy that business.
Yeah, no, I want to sell Hannah Financial. I'm 36. I want to be retired by the time I'm 40. So that's what I'm working on now. I live very well below my means. I think that's extremely important. Occasionally I have shiny shit syndrome also.
Right.
Yeah.
As we all do.
Yeah. So I don't make a whole lot of big crazy ass purchases, even though I could.
Every once in a while though, right?
Yeah, and then every once in a while, like, somebody will try a little bow wow me. I don't like that shit. That's how I ended up with that damn Tesla. Like, I went to the Tesla store to get a used Model X. I had $60,000 in cash. I'm like, I just want to buy it, cash it out. Because the motors, and the battery is good for 500,000 miles.
Ooh, I know that.
So I'm like, shit, I could buy one with $100K on it and I'm still good.
Are you still good on it? Yeah.
I get up to the store, and mind you, I pulled up to the store in a 2019 Mercedes GLE 400. Okay? It's February. You be dressing up in February?
No.
Absolutely
Not
not.
at all.
I had on a Hannah Financial hoodie, some leggings, and some Uggs. And I felt like a baller because I had just bought a new pair of Uggs last week. I'm out here. I go to the store, to the Tesla store, and I told the girl what I wanted. And she kept asking me like, what was my budget? And I'm like, just show me what you got. Like, this not that. So then I ain't like what they had on the lot, and I didn't want to wait. So like usually you have to order your Tesla online, and then they produce it and then they ship it to the store. I wasn't trying to do all that. Like, I'm a very impulsive buyer, so like if I go and I want to spend this $60,000 today, I might not want to spend this shit tomorrow, so I want to spend it today.
Spend it right now.
I want to spend it right now. I know that about myself. Okay. So I kept asking her. I'm like, why do you keep asking me what my budget is? Like, I literally just came up here to get what I want to get.
Right.
So I asked her. I was like, do y'all have any here with the white interior? Because listen, I need that shit with that black, okay? So I'm like, do y'all have any with the white interior? And she's like, oh, well, the only one that we have is the performance one that's on the showroom floor, but that one is really expensive. All right, bitch, show it to me. So we go inside, and as soon as I saw it, I was like,
that's it.
That's the one. I need it. So, and it was like this dude, it was like him and his grandkid. They was like in the car. I was like, and tell them to get out of my car, because that's my car. So I asked her, I was like, how long will it take for y'all to clean it up so I can come get it? And she was like, oh, well, the approval process usually takes a while. Girl, all of my FICO auto scores are over 800, and I got $60,000 to put down.
What was it, the mouth drop when she seen all that?
Stop playing with me. So she was like, oh, well, we'll call you when the application comes back. All right. So I do the application, and I drive home. I didn't even make it all the way home yet. So the Tesla store is 12 minutes from my house. I had not even got on my street yet.
They called you.
And here come Tesla. Irene, we've never had someone get approved so fast. I know. So what time am I coming back up here to get my shit?
Talk it. Dang.
And it's crazy. When I went up there the first time, they opened at 10 o'clock. I used to hate when people would come to Save a Lot. Like, we open at 8. We open at 8 and you outside at 7:50. Man, like, stop playing with me.
Sometimes they did before you get there.
Listen, when we were open at 8, everybody in the meat department smoked. Like, I don't know what it is.
Meat.
Everybody that cut meat be smoking them damn Newports. We open at 8. The meat department always go outside at 7:45 to go smoke one good time before lunch and before we open up. It'd be people outside asking the meat department questions. Bro, like, they ain't out here for that. So now they got to start going in the back to smoke because y'all want to be annoying. So they open up at 10. I'm like, let me come in here quarter after. So I feel like 15 minutes after y'all open, y'all should be
ready
and alive and cheerful. Like, the sun out a little bit today. When I walked in there to even look at the cars, didn't nobody speak to me. Like, I was like, oh, this is.
Oh, man.
But then I found out y'all also don't get paid commission either.
Oh,
yeah.
That's why
Really? Okay.
Cause Elon, he crazy, but like, he knows some shit about business.
Oh yeah, hands down. You gotta get that, man.
Like but that's how it always be. It be the crazy ones.
Oh yeah, hands down.
Yep, it be the crazy ones.
I remember we bought Twitter. Everybody's like, "Oh, he crazy buying Twitter." No, he not.
No, he ain't.
That was all for publicity.
And he back to being, I think, the richest man in the world. Like,
man,
yeah,
you gotta get that man credit.
So they don't care about customer service. They getting paid their hourly fee. When I went back up there, like, got in the lift, and I was feeling fancy, got me a little XL. Went back up there to get my car, and everybody's speaking. Oh, y'all know my name too? What? How we doing?
All the refreshments and all that.
And listen, and I'm petty. I got a like one of them like prop signs with the Hannah Financial logo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, come on. Where y'all got some cameras? Who know how to work an iPhone? Let's take some pictures.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Oh shoot.
So yeah, don't try little bow wow me.
No. That's gonna be a new term for 2023. Don't bow.
Right.
Don't do
Right.
it. Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do that. I'm from Cleveland and I'm light skinned. Like so that's like
You know our plight.
You know them is levels to this pettiness.
We do an episode on being light skinned.
It's levels.
Especially the female
Like
light
stop playing
skin
with
pettiness.
me. Okay? you know it.
You
so
know.
yeah, nah. Don't play them type of games with me. Cause I like to play.
No,
I like to play.
Play to win, huh?
No, I respect
Every
it.
time.
I respect it though.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I got my last question. This is the most important question because I like to think that any good interview, like for your interview, I remember from a Black Wealth Renaissance, it was a dope interview that I actually got things from.
Okay.
So what are 3 things you want someone to get for your interview tonight? Because you said you dropped some bombs left and right. You know what I'm saying?
3 things. Don't ever let somebody make you feel bad about the boundaries that you set for yourself.
Come on, man. That's good right there.
Don't let the internet make you feel like you not doing enough.
Yeah.
Cause
that's
no. Yeah, don't let the internet make you feel like you're not doing enough. And keep people around you that genuinely care about who you are and what's important to you, and not what you can do for them.
Yeah. All right, that's 3 times.
Right.
No, that's very important.
Very important. Because when I tell y'all, like, my circle and, like, the people that I even... And I went to Glenville. So, like, you know Glenville is, like...
South Glenville?
It's, like, one big-ass family, for real.
Yeah, shout out to y'all.
But, so I do have a lot of friends that, like, I have had since high school, middle school. And I've been blessed to make friends along the way, right? But... My day ones that I be out with, like, they don't play about me.
I believe it.
Not at all. Like, not at all. And then I got a couple of family, like my mom, my dad, especially my brother. Like, no games.
No, I feel it.
No games.
I feel it. Like I said, when I was like, no, I'm about to hit Irene. She was like, man, listen, she spoke so highly of you and whatnot. Because, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, people will see it. So you said we see the persona online, but the actual person different and whatnot. Yeah. But everyone I know who knows you speaks very highly of you.
Yeah, it's because they know, like, I'm very, like, when I fuck with you, right?
Yeah.
But I'm also, I don't play about my business.
Yeah.
Like, I don't play about my business. I don't play about my boundaries. And I think on the internet, people consistently try my business and consistently try my boundaries. So then it's like, now I'm the bad guy because this is what it is. Yeah. And I'm not straying from that. Yeah. But yeah,
No, listen. I'm glad to have met you because once again I got a chance to. Because like I said, this feels like from y'all. Like I said, I used to listen to the podcast and I'm like, man. And like you hear these people from Atlanta, you hear people from New York. But I'm like, man, she's from Cleveland.
I'm from Cleveland.
She's from Cleveland, and like you know what I'm saying.
And I like,
she know her stuff.
Yeah, not like Mayfield Heights, like
right, Cleveland.
44108 me, baby.
No,
like,
and that's dope. You know what I'm saying? And then you know what I'm saying, and then see the transition because I used to work for Johnny Negro and whatnot, and just hear your story. I'm like, oh, it inspired me. You know what I'm saying?
Because listen, it's funny because like I get so excited. Even now, I've been removed from Save a Lot 6 years, 5 years, 6 years. I still, like, one of my closest friends was my boss.
Yeah.
The one I cussed out.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like he got 2 kids. I'm their godmom.
Oh wow, that's dope.
Yeah. I was able to build lifelong relationships there. So like when I see people that be like, I ain't come to work to make friends. I don't know what that's like because one, this is the only job I ever had, and I literally was in the trenches with these motherfuckers. Like, I remember when I worked at the Clark store, one of the fucking security guards was having a shootout with somebody.
Whoa.
Like, I done had to grab my girls, pull them in the office. Dang. We on the floor under the desk, like.
Dang, I mean, Hey, I say Save-A-Lots are not in the most prestigious area or whatnot.
Listen, and it's crazy because people be so scared about the east side of Cleveland. You ain't seen shit till you went on the west side. You ain't seen nothing. Like, you know what to expect on the east side. Like, you're going to see a couple crackheads. If I'm on Kinsman in the morning, you're going to see a lot of prostitutes. Like, what y'all trying to do for me to get some steaks? Ma'am.
At 8 a.m. in the morning, huh?
Oh my gosh.
I ain't even had my coffee yet. Like,
funny.
You know what to expect.
Yeah.
On the west side, baby. Like, I remember, it's crazy when that Ariel Castro shit happened.
Oh, yeah.
That motherfucker used to drive that school bus.
Are you serious?
To Save-A-Lot.
Oh,
and used to get into it with the managers and the security guard.
Are you serious?
Because he would park it in front of the store.
Wow.
What are you doing? And then when they ended up finding the girls, that shit happened 2 blocks over from the car store.
Wow.
Like, if you watch the, they did the Lifetime movie on it.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah.
The opening scenes is at the fucking Save-A-Lot.
Wow. I didn't know that.
At the in the parking lot.
See?
Oh wow.
Listen, that's crazy.
Crazy shit.
Hey,
But
listen.
yeah, the west side, it's a totally different type of.
Hey, anybody who live on the east side, like they really go on the west side. You gotta go be intentional to go on the west side.
You have to be very intentional.
Right. And vice versa, because everybody on the west side, like, I'm going to the east side for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got everything on the west side. No, but listen, hey, I appreciate you coming out today. So part 2 at Hannah Financial.
Man, pull up on me.
Oh, listen. Hey, listen.
on
We
me.
there. Hey, I appreciate you.
Listen.
And once again, we thank you for coming out today because
Yeah,
you learned a lot.
this is awesome.
You taught me a lot because past 5 o'clock. Hey, listen, man,
Boundaries is everything.
You reached me past business hours and whatnot.
Listen, thanks y'all for having me.
No, we appreciate you. We appreciate you.
It
And
was
once
a
again,
pleasure co-hosting.
oh yeah, thank you.
Listen.
Brittany, thank you so
It's a
much.
wonderful experience. Once again.
And lastly, where can people reach you?
Y'all can find me on Instagram at Irene Day.
Perfect.
And my profile is verified, so don't be.
I seen it. Congratulations, by the way.
Yes.
Congratulations, by the way.
Don't be DMing people or like people been DMing people from fake profiles and getting money from them and shit.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, Mr. Publicist, sir, this is what I need you to work on because this shit is ridiculous. HannahFinancial.com for all of our services.
Okay.
If you would like to book a consultation with my team, you can do so on the website. And IreneDay.com for financial literacy workshops, speaking engagements, fireside chats, podcast interviews, all that great stuff.
So by the way, guys, we'll have it in the show notes. So you don't go search for it. So if you guys want to book it for any of those things, you can click the links today. This is episode 108, guys. So I appreciate you once again. Oh, I'm sorry, I got bills to play. Guys, March 12th, like I was saying earlier, networking event. We work our street at the 4 Bistro. Like we said, it's just for not introverts. It's for introverts and extroverts, but it's a great experience because you have 2 minutes to talk about your business, 2 minutes to talk about your business, and then if you guys choose to want to talk afterwards, by all means. But if it's not skin off your nose, no anxiety because you don't have to see that person again unless you want to, right? It's a great time, guys. I think we have about maybe 10 tickets left, so please sign up before then, okay? Episode 108, guys. Listen, this has been a great one. Until next time, all right, y'all?
Bye, y'all.
Peace.
Bye.